chicks are into funny dudes.
Yeah, and tall dudes. So go fuck yourself, man.
Oh shit! I'm catching strays out here right
well,
now.
You're tall and funny. You run a business. What the hell am I supposed to do? You're doing me a favor.
Are you wingmanning for me right now?
You have no idea.
I like that, dude. That was the biggest endorsement I've ever gotten. Hell fucking yeah, bro. All right, Alex.
What up, man?
You are a wingman, is that correct?
I can be.
You can be? Okay, so you open up for Matt Rife, right?
I do, yeah, on the road, on the Problematic Tour.
Problematic Tour.
Yeah.
So how long has that been going on?
I mean, I've been with Matt on the road, like doing comedy for about a year and a half, probably. But this tour has probably been about, 4 months, 5 months.
Okay.
Yeah, this specific tour.
I would say you're a hell of a wingman because you're prepping the crowd, man.
Yeah, man, we're having a good time. Yeah.
You're warming them up. Like, that's no easy task. Like,
yeah, especially like when the crowds were first, when the crowds first came into, like, it was just nothing but just like fucking women, like, bring it. and they just, because they knew him from like Wild Out in his face. And then they started coming to shows and realized how funny he was. And so, and also, posting on social media, and then the new specials came out.
Yeah.
The crowd has changed. And so it used to be harder. Because I used to go out and they were like, I don't know, who the fuck is this guy? Now people go out and they understand how comedy works. They understand how shows works.
Yeah.
So they listen. They're like, they're more, and so it's easier, but it's still, there's some days where I miss that, where I had to go out and really
earn it.
Yeah. But it made me a better comic. So it made me more prepared for these situations.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, I guess if we're taking it back to the wingman, it is very much the same way. I have to go out there, and I even say it in my set. I don't know if you guys, when you came to a show, you heard it. I kind of open up with a little bit like, just kind of a little crazier, a little like darker shit. Just because I want to, I even admit it, I go, the reason I do this is because you have no idea. You guys they're like, and then Matt comes out here and starts talking about the wildest shit. You're like, oh, so I just come out here to prep you. I need you to get ready to understand what you're about to listen to and hear.
Important thing.
And we're about to tell some jokes. We're not just up here fucking around. Like, we have something to say.
I would say arguably you have the most important job of the night on these shows.
Well, all right, calm down.
Well, this would be a wingman's all about, man. Right?
Yeah,
you got to go out there. They don't know what to expect, and then.
Yeah, I mean, I set expectations, but I think the most important job of the night is probably whoever the bartender is.
Yeah, serving all the people. I always say bartenders are like legit the best wingmen. And if you're not tipping your bartender, you're not a wingman. So that's important.
That's
right
another
there.
Good point. You got to tip your bartender.
You got it.
Unless you're in Europe or Australia, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's why they get mad, don't they?
No, it's not even an option. You hit your phone, it just goes. They're like, thanks, and you're like.
Where they don't do the tips in Australia?
Bro, you just hit your phone, or you tap your card, and they're like, have a wonderful day. And you're like, you don't need it. But I will say, everything takes forever. They're getting paid their hourly wage. There's no incentive there for them to be like, let me get this.
Catch-22.
Yeah. Everything took forever. Anyway, we're not doing.
So, all right, let's go back to the beginning. You're a comic. How the hell did you get into comedy?
I was always funny. I was always fucking around. It's ever the way, I guess. My comedy, me being funny, was my wingman my entire life. It's the only way I could get people's attention or get girls to talk to me. And then it eventually transformed to a thing where I just loved doing it because it became so much a part of me.
So did you do it more for that, like to get the girls
Absolutely,
to start?
yeah. When you first when you're young, when you're a 5'5" kid with no athletic discernible abilities, yeah, absolutely. Just be funny. And then it became a thing where I just started to love it. It became so much who I was. That's all I would do is comedy. So then after college, all that kind of stuff, I worked normal jobs. I had good jobs. Mm-hmm. I had a good life, and then but it was just always itching at me. So one day I just went to, in New Orleans, I went to an open mic in New Orleans, signed up, and kind of did it once. Then like 6 months later, did it again.
Yeah.
Then like 3 years later, did it again. Then did it every once in a while, and then didn't do it for like 2 years. And then one day I was just like, I'm going to do it. This is it. This is all I'm doing.
Okay.
This is what I'm working towards. And that was 5.5 years ago. So
how was that build into that? Was it Did you doubt yourself at first? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I doubt myself today.
Really?
Yeah, you know, you always go. Here's the thing, that is going away fast because I'm starting to believe more and more what I'm saying, just because I've been doing it longer. But yeah, you doubt yourself. There's days where you go, yeah, like there's days. I know it seems like the coolest job in the world, but it's like there's some days where I'm like about to go on stage and I go, oh fuck, I'd kind of just like to be chilling right now.
Right.
Yeah. But then you go out and you're like, that's right, this is the coolest thing in the world.
Well, that's another thing. Like Matt's story, right? Like he was struggling. He was about to quit, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: is if any comic ever tells you they didn't think about quitting, they're lying.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was with Matt when I first started going on tour with Matt. He was doing 50-seat rooms. I was flying myself out because I had a good job, but I just wanted to be doing stand up. He was my friend. I just wanted to be on the road, so I was flying myself out. The club was paying me. I was sleeping. We were sharing a bed. Yeah, dude.
Dude, that's the grind, though. I bet, like in a weird way, you kind of like miss that, right? Like.
No. No.
But you look back on those days.
I like having my own band.
And you're proud of like how far you've come.
Right? Here's the thing is, it was always important for me to just start doing stand-up. And we always had a very similar and funny idea of stand-up, me and Matt. And like I said, it was just about me going out on the road. And then all of a sudden, everything just changed like that.
Just overnight. When was this about? Like 2 years ago? 2, 3?
A year and a half ago, maybe. I've been on the road with him probably about 19, 20 months now, and it was probably just about 15, 14, 16 months ago.
Jesus, man. I can't.
And I mean, it really, it got even wilder just like 5 months ago. When Problematic Tour started, is when it just started. Everything's bigger now.
I can't even imagine, dude. I cannot even imagine. You said, going back to how you got into comedy and whatnot, you said like to stand out, you know? That's what being a wingman is, giving somebody,
Wow, yeah, what's funny is I didn't say stand out, but you're right. I guess subconsciously that's what I meant.
Well, I think you said what'd you say, like attention? Or
I just did. That's the only way I knew how to get. I wasn't discernibly good at anything else except being funny. I was just naturally good at being funny. And so that's
kind of life for anything. I think everything in life is marketing, whether it's getting a job, getting girls, whatever the fuck it is. Man.
Wow, that's actually really good. That's very insightful. Holy shit.
Everything's marketing.
Everything is about standing out in whatever you want to stand out in. That's a very good point.
About
wow,
it,
I am. Wow.
Yeah. Comedy was your conduit for that.
Yeah, it was just, you find things you're just good at. Like some people are good at like things. Some people are good at accounting. And they're happy with it. They love it.
Yeah.
I've tried to be good at other things. I played college football. I was just fine at it. But then stand-up comedy or just being funny in general was always the thing I was just naturally easiest at, just kind of finding the ridiculous in moments. And it just started kind of like the last year, started feeling like that's finally translating to stage.
I love that. I love that. I don't know if you ever saw that clip. I forgot the guy's name, but he's on stage and he's telling a joke and somebody in the crowd got offended and whatnot.
Yeah.
And she's like getting taken out. He's like, why do you think I'm on stage? He's like, I'm not an NFL football player. Like, he's pretty much saying he's here to stand out. Like, this is the route he chose. Like,
oh yeah, but it was also like, this is what I'm talking about. You came in, Chappelle ends, it's either the dreamer or the closer. Maybe it's not that one. I don't know. I forget which one it is, but he ends it with saying, if any of this shit made you mad, remember, you clicked on my face. So it's just like, yeah, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're
setting yourself up.
Yeah. It's like going to the bank and being like, I want money. And they're like, well, all right, here's money. And you're like, why the fuck would you give me this money? You came to the bank, dude. What are you talking about?
I like that. I like that. All right, let's transition a little bit. So you're from the South, right?
Nailed it.
So is Southern hospitality a real thing?
Yeah.
Where are you from in the South?
I'm from New Orleans.
Okay.
New Orleans originally. Yeah, yes and no. Because, I don't know if you heard about racism, but Southern hospitality is it's a real thing. But everybody's nice. Like I said, I was in Australia. Everyone it's like a different happiness. They were just content. Their lives were good. Southern hospitality it's a thing. It's just, it's very neighborly, I guess is the best way to translate.
Okay, let's say this is Wingman of the Year. Let's say being a wingman means hospitality, all right? What Southern state is like the best wingman?
Oh, that's a good one. I got to be honest with you. It's probably...
It's a tough one.
Best wingman.
Like most hospitality.
Oh, most hospitable. I'm from New Orleans. It's a very hospitable place. So that's like a tough one for me not to say Louisiana, but the rest of Louisiana is almost a shithole. Texas is good. Texas is where I live now. I live in Austin, Texas now.
Okay.
And people are not going to like this one. Florida.
Okay.
They're both Florida people. They're crazy and they're batshit wild, but Florida people are generally so nice because it's just wide open. They imagine if you got to do whatever you wanted to do every day. Everything else is just like whatever.
It's probably because it's mostly New Yorkers, right? The snowbirds.
Oh, no. Those are the ones that are least hospitable. They came there to be left alone.
Are we talking about New York, New York? Or are we talking about upstate New York?
We're talking about the old people that went to Boca Raton because they're tired of snow. Those are people who are probably the least hospitable.
So you just performed last night. You got one more show tonight here in Schenectady. You were just in Albany at the Funny Bone. What are your thoughts on people from this area? How was the energy at the shows?
Schenectady was cool. I will say the people that walk the streets of Schenectady are terrifying. I don't think there's not everyone that walks the streets look like that's where they belong. It's very strange.
That's funny as shit.
But the crowds, I said this, even upstate New York, it's an East Coast. It feels very Midwestern. So it feels very giving. They feel very open to a lot of ideas.
Did you get that vibe in Albany too? Or
Yeah. And it's this also when you come to towns, no offense, Schenectady, when you come to towns where there's not a lot going on, they're usually very just accepting, and they're usually so thankful, and they're usually so happy just to be at the event and be at the show that they're always just down. They're always a good crowd. And yeah, Schenectady, Albany Funny Bone. You guys came to those were fantastic.
We're gonna be there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Wingman of the Year Live, Albany Funny Bone, Valentine's Day. He's going to pull his dick out.
No, I won't.
He should. I mean, he was saying, you guys want to see my wingman?
You are a comedian.
Oh, dude, yeah. But yeah, no. So generally, they're very fun.
Yeah.
Midwestern crowds are very good. They're usually a little just because they're more forgiving, and some people be like, because they're more ignorant. I go, whatever. Yeah. But maybe if ignorance is bliss. I don't think it's that they're ignorant, but whatever it is, usually crowds like this in areas where there's not much to do, or it's snow outside, it's cold as shit. They just want to get inside, be around other people, and drink. They're always so fun.
That, and then you're making them laugh. Like there isn't. I mean, there's stuff to do around here, but there's not a lot compared to some other cities.
I don't know where we sold 10. I say we. Matt sold 10,000 tickets in Schenectady, and I have no idea where these people came from because there's nothing around here.
Well, this is so Albany's obviously the capital of New York. So this is the Empire State, man.
Oh, that's good.
The capital
20
region.
Minutes away, right?
Yeah.
That's rolled out. There's like places an hour north that people come down.
Yeah, they just come from everywhere.
Yeah.
Got it. Good point. Yeah. So yeah, who's your wingman?
Dude, everyone, man. This is my wingman. I think anybody could be wingman. And like anybody can be a wingman. It doesn't have to be dating. It could be like the last job I got. A guy that helps us, Alan, he helped me. He gave me a referral to the job because he used to work there.
Yeah.
I got to so shit like that. It could be being a DD. Is being a wingman.
That's a good point. Yeah, basically anything helpful in advancing life.
Yeah, dude, like holding like your girlfriend's fucking hair at the end of the night while she's throwing up.
Yeah. Or she's throwing it back.
Yeah, that too. I knew. When I looked in your eyes, I'm like, when I said grabbing hair, I'm like, this motherfucker.
I had flashbacks. Sorry.
Do you have a wingman story, like a go-to, like a time that you were a wingman or somebody that wingman for you?
I have a wingman story where I was a terrible wingman.
Let's hear it.
The guy you're about to interview, Brandon, he did acid, and so
hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah.
We'd done some acid. And there's this girl that like was there, and she was being very flirty. She was very nice. She was even flirting with me, and I was flirting back with her. And then the acid started to kick in, and I was like, okay, it's time for me to go.
Okay.
So I just slinked away. We rented this big house. It was all of us. It was like literally 20 of our friends. There's 20 of us. Beautiful house. So I go to the other end of this goddamn complex almost, and I'm just laying on the couch just like this. And then eventually 2 hours pass, which I think is 2 hours. Could have been 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I get up and I leave. And I come back probably 5 minutes later, and Brandon is in there with this lady. And I am so out of my own mind that I turn the lights on and go, you guys got to leave.
So Jesus.
I'm like, I got to sleep. And he's like, Alex, you should go. I'm like, what? No.
He's not taking the head.
He had no idea where my headspace was. I was in a different dimension. And I'm just like, what are you doing here, you stupid idiot? You know this is my domain. And so I go and I lay on the couch, and they leave, and he comes back, and he's furious, and I had no idea why. I start freaking out. I ended up having a bad trip, and I apologized to him the next day. I was like, I had no idea where I was. He's like, I'm sorry. I would have never yelled at you if I'd known you were on acid. I was like, it was was the worst.
Wait, I thought he took it too.
No. I mean, he might have, but I was on that point of the night. It was just me on the acid.
Okay, so he did.
The night before, we had taken acid together.
Oh, okay. So you doubled up.
So the next day he came and told me, and and so since then, obviously, you know, when you're a bad wingman, what you start doing is chucking up alley oops now.
You gotta make up for it.
A couple weeks after that, I went and found that girl's Instagram. I was like, Brandon, thought you were really cute. You guys should hang out again.
You do that?
Yeah. Oh, she'd blocked me immediately. But yeah, man, I would do stuff like that. I'm very much, if I screw up, I'm not above saying I was wrong.
Chicks are into funny dudes.
Yeah, and tall dudes. So go fuck yourself, man.
Oh shit! I'm catching strays out here right now.
Well, you're tall and funny. You run a business. What the hell am I supposed to do? You're doing me a favor.
Are you wingmaning for me right now?
You have no idea.
I like that, dude. That was the biggest endorsement I've ever gotten. Hell, fucking yeah, bro. Okay, let's do one last question.
Yeah.
So we recently nominated Matt Rife for a Wingman of the Year nomination. He hooked up an old man named Fred in the audience. Do you remember that show?
Oh, yeah, I was there, man.
I didn't get a chance to ask you earlier. How old are you? 74?
I don't know how the hell we haven't nominated Matt Rife for Wingman of the Year, but Matt Rife, this is officially your Wingman of the Year nomination. Thanks for Wingman. Make sure you're following Wingman of the Year.
Okay, can you give us some more background?
Cincinnati, that's where it was.
Shout out Cincy. Can you give us a play-by-play and how fucking awesome that was?
Yeah, so the guy had been standing out when the bus pulled up to the back entrance of the venue, which I do not recommend doing this.
Okay.
This guy was old, so it's like sweet. If you're like in your 20s, it's fucking weird. But so he's standing out there and he's like freezing his ass off. He looked homeless. And so I remember I went for a run out of the back of the venue. I come back, he's still there, just like almost frozen to death. And one of our security guys apparently went and talked to him, and he said that this is like his thing. What he does is, if he's a fan of somebody, he'll wait at the venue to when they come in and just ask for an autograph.
Oh,
and
shit.
So Matt was like, "Oh, great!" And so then I can't remember if Matt gave him tickets or if he already had tickets, but he somehow ended up at the show. Right?
Let's just say Matt gave him tickets.
Matt gave him tickets because he's the sweetest man in the world, Wingman of the Year. I mean, nominee, very good. Matt gave this old guy tickets, and he paid his rent for the next 4 years.
Yeah,
It's his child's wedding. I think he paid for his cancer treatments. He also, yeah. The guy asked, but the guy was like, "I just want to die." So Matt actually murdered him. He was trying to help.
Shout out Matt.
No, but so Matt gave him tickets, and so the guy's at the show, and Matt just mentions at the end of the show, he's like, "Oh, there's this really sweet old man named Fred. Where's Fred?" And Fred goes, "Oh," and he'd been talking to this lady. Fred was just like, "Oh," but he'd been talking to this lady earlier, and then he's like, "You won't kiss Fred," and she was like, "Fuck yeah, I will," and she just. And Fred, I got to be honest with you, Fred, like, they were rocking back and forth. Fred was kissing this girl like he just got back from the war. It was awesome.
Damn, dude. He got right into it.
Oh, dude. Yeah, of course. The cute girl goes, "I'll kiss you." You go, "Fuck yeah, you will."
Yeah, so that warrants a Wingman of the Year nomination for sure, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great call. I saw the question. I didn't realize that's what it's for. Great.
I mean,
that's a Wingman. I mean, if you guys go look what he did in Miami, did you see what happened in Miami?
No.
Oh man, that would have made Wingman of the Year. So in Miami, a lady was there that was just chilling, and she just goes, Matt just starts talking to her randomly.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh yeah, well my husband's here with his mistress."
Oh.
She knew. And everybody goes like, "What?" And then the dude stands up with his mistress on the other side of the showroom and starts making out with her. So the lady, I don't know if you can still see me, sorry. So the lady starts flipping them off, and there's a dude in the front row that stands up and was like, "Fuck it, I'll fuck you." And so she comes all the way down, and they make out right in the front. Go look at the TikTok. It's from Miami, Hard Rock.
Did you see that one?
I don't know. I
feel like that should be the most viral video of all time.
Those were the first dates. Okay. So it would have been October. It would have been like October 10th.
A guy came with his mistress, and then she was at the show by herself.
The wife was at the show by herself.
Was she spying on him, or she just want to see Matt?
I think they just had tickets.
Okay.
I hate to say this.
So somebody else?
Mistress, way hotter.
These are details we need to know. People would probably ask that if we. Okay, so but somebody got with the wife.
Yeah.
And Matt Cureau?
Shit, what's the guy? I don't know. If you go watch TikTok, you'll see it. The dude's name is a black dude. He's got a backwards white hat on, and it's like them.
My man.
Yeah, it was crazy. That was the first time that anything like that had happened at a Matt show, and now it kind of happens a few times every once in a while. Do not yell out the fucking shows trying to get on camera, but I'm just saying if it happens organically, that's when it's the best. If you yell out, it's fucking bullshit. So these are just organic moments that were incredible. And I think that's that, and also the Fred though. Fred is more impressive because Fred's probably dead now. So
I thought the cancer treatments went well.
They did until, like I said, and then I said, but Fred was like, "Well, I really want to die." So Matt was like, "You got it."
Oh yeah. There it is. Okay, last question. Do you have any wingman tips for just guys in general, dating life shit, anything to be better?
Yeah, it's all the dumb ones. It's the ones like be yourself and all that shit. But it's also like you'll know. If it doesn't work, then it's just not working. Make it easy. Like that's the thing is make everything easy. Even the hard shit should be easy. But it's just in terms of you wanting to do it. If it feels like you don't want to do it, then you probably don't want to do it. And same thing with them. No means no.
That's the biggest wingman tip we've ever got.
That clip is just me going, no means no, and then laughing profusely.
That's going to be like the meme of the year. Fuck Wingman of the Year. No means no, motherfucker.
And then laughing. No, all right, let me think of a real good answer for this.
I thought that was good. I think more guys need to actually hear that coming from a guy.
Yeah. Like, it's just like sometimes it's literally 80-20 rule, right? 80% of the time it's just going to suck. It's never going to work. 20% of the time when it does, that's the sweet spot.
Are we just talking about like career shit?
In general.
Okay.
I mean, with women, with friends, with going out. Sometimes people want to go out so much and they're like, I got hammered again. I was out till 3 a.m. I'm like, what happened? They're like, nothing. I threw up. I'm like, you just wasted a night. You wasted $200. It's like, yeah, like it just, sometimes you can go out and you go, nothing's going to happen. And you can go home. Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. Okay. So remember, 80-20. 80-20.
I like it. All right, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you, bro.
Wingman of the Year.
Wingman of the Year, Valentine's Day, Albany Funny Bone.